Yavin IV has been a long time coming for LEGO Star Wars, and while it's fantastic to finally have a proper set, the 75365 Rebel base still leaves something to be desired. From an overly cartoony looking build, an incomplete looking temple, and even some small details on the figures, there's just a couple features I think I can make better. Hi, I'm minifig1210, and welcome to the latest edition of 3 Easy Mods. Okay, maybe there's a couple more than 3, but they'll still be easy.
Trust me.
Okay, to start, we're gonna first fix up the Y-Wing. It's a decent build for a mini Y-Wing, but there's some weird features on it. Now obviously the spring-load shooters are gonna have to go, but also the astromech socket does a great job of highlighting how awkwardly undersized the Y-Wing really is. Alright, so first let's remove the spring-load shooters. Just take each one of them off like so, and then add 2 dark bluish gray ingot pieces right over the studs here to kind of finish off that back of the look and give some nice rebuild. Now for the astromech socket, we're going to use a small side build to create a little bit of forced perspective. Start with 2 1x2 plates, then add a 2x4 plate on top like this, and then add another one of those plates on top like so. Now add 2 1x2 jumper tiles on the ends here, and between those two, add a turntable piece like this. Now on those jumper tiles, add a 1x1 dark blue ray cheese slope on each of them like this. Now add a single 2x2 round plate, and then top it off with the head of R2BHD right there. Now place this side build into the astromech slot on the Y-Wing to complete the mod.
This is where the fun begins.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Now moving away from the Y-Wing, the second feature I want to mod is the base itself. It just has one problem. It looks nothing like Yavin IV. To boot, we've got stud shooters on here and an inaccurate looking Death Star table. Now while redesigning this set would help it a lot, that would get very expensive very quickly. And instead it would be a lot easier just to complete the ancient temple look and make it look more like some of the background temples we see in the film. By removing this small leaf piece, we can add 6 2x2x3 slope pieces in dark tan on the top like this. Then add a 2x6 plate on top of those with 2 1x2 plates on either end. Between them, add 1 1x4 plate on these back studs here. Then you can add the leaf piece back onto any one of those 4 open studs that you choose. Tile it off with 2 1x6 tiles on top to finish off the look. Moving down to the stud shooters, just remove that whole sub build down to these 2 1x2 tiles there and there. Now while technically leaving it open like this would be accurate to the temple we see in the movie, for this LEGO set it just looks a little unfinished. To finish off the section, what I do is take 2 2x6 dark tan plates here, then attach 1 1x6 tile onto each of those plates like this. Then add a 1x8 tile connecting those 2 sub-assemblies, and then you can connect that right onto the main set like so. Now before I get to the figures, there's one last detail I want to fix. The control center has that nice command table where you can watch the Death Star slowly rotate to blow up the Rebel base. And while it's a fun play feature to be able to spin that around, the command table that we see in the film has this very large rim around it. However, LEGO's design that they give us is just this very flat tabletop. But this is a very easy fix too. All you have to do is take out that hollow table, use a lightsaber or crowbar piece just to pop out that center insert, and then remove that 2x2 white turntable from the center there. You can then rebuild the command table and put it back just where it was, and if you want to use that turntable piece in the Y-Wing mod from earlier, you absolutely can. Now throughout this video you've heard me mention a few things about the figures that I want to fix up. And while there's no denying that these are great minifigures LEGO has given us, there's just some small details that I think are lacking. General Dodonna is the biggest offender to me, because if you look in the film, he's got a beard. Granted, it's not the biggest beard in the world like Dumbledore or Gandalf, but it's still more substantial than beards like Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan, both of whom also have this face print on their minifigures. Dodonna needs something a little bit more. So I just attach a short LEGO beard piece of your choice, whichever you think looks the best, and I think that gives the figure an extra boost. Additionally, you can replace the heads on Leia and Han to these older variants, which I think match the actors better and fit the scene better. With all the mods in place, here's the new and improved Yavin IV Rebel base. I love how these simple fixes just come together to make the set just feel better. The Y-Wing in particular stands out as a favorite because it just looks less undersized than it really is, and now you can spin the R2 unit's dome on top, which I just think is really cool. Not to mention the temple now looks more finished and like an ancient temple. And then the minifigures getting just the little upgrades gives it a nice extra boost and really brings the set all together. With that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content, subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll keep it coming for you. Until next time, keep on building.